Greece, a tapestry of whitewashed villages, cobalt seas, and winds that have carried explorers for centuries. Today, we're counting down the top 5 yachts to charter in Greece. Real, crude, super yachts that elevate the experience from a beautiful holiday to something unforgettable. If you're ready to find your dream yacht, Elite Rentals is your compass to the Greek Isles. We'll begin with refined style and agility and rise to the rarest levels of space, service, and spectacle. Each yacht is a proven charter favorite in Greece, chosen for craftsmanship, guest comfort, and the way they transform the Aegean and Ionian into your private playground. Complete with insider tips on where to drop anchor, when to set sail, and how to make the most of every golden hour. Fifth on our list, where contemporary British design meets Greek summer living. Pathos, a Sunseeker 131, measuring around 40 meters. She's sleek, purposeful, and made for days that flow from bay to bay. Pathos carries up to 12 guests across 6 cabins, and she's crewed by a seasoned team that understands both the Aegean's caprice and its quiet corners. The tri-deck layout is a masterclass in outdoor lounging. Think a panoramic sun deck with a jacuzzi, a shaded dining terrace that becomes the heart of the evening, and forward seating to chase sunsets. On a yacht like this, speed and comfort matter. Pathos cruises happily at around 15 knots, which means a smooth run from Athens Riviera to the Cyclades. Insider tip, time your jumps between islands early in the day. When the Meltemi builds in July and August, your captain may propose a dawn departure. You'll arrive at Paros or Naxos as the villages wake, with the sea still silk smooth. From there, anchor in Ornos Bay to shelter from Mykonos' afternoon gusts. Tender ashore for a lazy lunch, then return to the sun deck for a warm water soak as the wind paints silver ripples across the bay. Pathos shines for the guest who loves simple, elegant days, the kind that begin with a swim platform coffee and end with movies under the stars. If you're seeking a refined first charter in Greece, Elite Rentals will tailor her itinerary to the rhythms you love. Quiet beaches one day, buzzy promenades the next. Fourth, the monochrome profile you'll spot across the Cyclades. Barents Sea, a 41.6-meter Mondo Marine with a confident stance and a chic, modern interior. She hosts up to 12 guests in 6 cabins, and she's all about versatile spaces that convert as the day unfolds. An airy main salon that pulls in the horizon, a sky lounge for late-night cocktails, and a generous sun deck with a jacuzzi and sun pads that beg for long, effortless afternoons. This is a yacht for those who want variety, and Greece rewards curiosity. Insider tip, when you're looping the Saronic Gulf, slide into Hydra just after the morning rush. With no cars allowed, the harbor hums with mules and polished stone, and the amphitheater village glows honey gold by late afternoon. Your captain will work with the harbor master for a smart stern to slaughter, anchor outside and tender in. Either way, a late swim off the rocks at Spilia as the sun sets is the secret. From Hydra, Barents Sea can stitch together a dreamy run. Spacious for old world mansions. Then over to the western Cyclades. Seraphos' Kalo Ambali for crystal quiet water, and Milos for the sea caves of Kleftiko. Bring the drone. The geology here is lunar. With stabilizers to keep the ride composed and a full toy box, think sea bobs, jet skis, and paddleboards, Barents Sea is built for families and friends who want one day high energy, the next deeply relaxed. And when you want a table at a hard-to-get spot, your Elite Rentals concierge keeps the onshore details as seamless as life on board. Third, we step up into a classic medley of Italian craftsmanship and broad-shouldered deck space. Alexandra, a 50-meter Benetti that's practically designed for Greek summers. 12 guests settle into 7 cabins, including a full-beam master on the main deck framed by panoramic windows, a front-row seat to watch the Cyclades drift by. Her exterior lines promise long, sociable days, a dining terrace that lingers past midnight, and a sun deck where the jacuzzi becomes the afternoon's magnet. On Alexandra, your captain can pivot elegantly between archipelagos. Insider tip: if you're chasing the fairest seas in midsummer, consider an Ionian week starting in Corfu or Kefalonia. The winds there are gentler, the water a shade greener, and pine-fringed coves keep the heat soft. Drop anchor in Kefalonia's Fiscardo Harbor for a watercolor harbor scene, glide to Ithaca's Chione for lunch under the eucalypts, and then cruise south to Zakynthos. The famous shipwreck beach, Navaggio, is best seen from the water at first light, long before the day boats arrive. Your crew can lay out a sunrise breakfast on the bow while the cliffs blush pink. In the Aegean, Alexandra's long-legged comfort makes island hopping feel effortless. A day might read, Delos in the quiet hour when the gates open, where you walk the sacred terraces of a temple older than history, then a late swim off Renea's untouched coves. With her Benetti pedigree and a crew accustomed to Greece's seasonal rhythms, Alexandra gives you space, literal and figurative, to slow down. If you're picturing a milestone celebration or a multi-generational escape, Elite Rentals will weave in the details that matter. A private guide through Delos's ruins, a beach barbecue under Milos's cliffs, or a string quartet on the aft deck at sunset. Second, arguably the most recognizable silhouette under sail anywhere in the world, Maltese Falcon, the 88-meter Perini Navi with the revolutionary Dynarig. 3 towering masts, 15 curved sails, and a ballet of lines that turn wind into theater. She carries up to 12 guests in 6 cabins, accompanied by a world-class crew. Under sail, she's poetry and power, quiet except for the breeze, comfortable with stabilizers at anchor, and capable of brisk passage when the Aegean cooperates. Insider tip: there's a sweet spot for sailing the central Cyclades, shoulder season in late May or September into early October. You'll find kinder winds, warm water, and villages that still hum, but feel less frenetic. Imagine gliding into Santorini's caldera at first light. Super yachts anchor off the cliffs outside Fira and Imerovigli, often near Therasia for better shelter. Your tender whisks you ashore for cliffside views before the crowds. Spend the afternoon swimming beneath the rust-red walls of a moody bay, then return to Maltese Falcon for a dinner that aligns with the horizon. When conditions allow, the crew can transform the lower sails into a cinema screen and you watch a film against a canvas larger than life. Stars above, island lights below. This is a yacht for the connoisseur who wants the romance of sailing with the comfort of a super yacht. The deck layout invites both privacy and spectacle. Interiors are contemporary and calm, designed to let the sea do the talking. And when you want to play, the beach club hums, a flurry of sea bobs, e-foils, and diving sessions in water, so clear you'll swear you're floating on air. If you want your Greek charter to feel like a story you'll tell for the rest of your life, Elite Rentals will secure Maltese Falcon's prime weeks and craft an itinerary that follows the wind, not the crowd. First, the pinnacle of chartering in Greece right now, Operi, a 95-meter Golden Yachts flagship that redefines what it means to travel by sea. She welcomes up to 12 guests with an extraordinary sense of volume and a crew trained to anticipate needs you haven't voiced yet. Every deck is an experience. An expansive sun deck crowned by a glass-edged pool with countercurrent jets, a wellness-focused beach club with massage room, hammam and sauna, and sweeping lounges that transform from family-friendly to glamorous with a flicker of candlelight. A touch-and-go helipad, a guest elevator, and a meticulously curated toy arsenal round out a yacht that feels more like a floating private resort. In Greece, her scale becomes a luxury of choice. Insider tip: base in Athens at Flisvos Marina for a discreet embarkation, then carve a route that blends showstoppers and secrets. Cruise to Milos for white arches and aquamarine caves. Slip across to Sifnos for a tasting with a local chef. Spend a late afternoon drifting off Antiparos where the water shines like hammered silver. When you want buzz, anchor off Mykonos but seek shelter on the south side, Ornos or Saru, when the Meltemi is sharp. Your captain will manage tender runs with the precision of a dance, and your chief stewardess will have the decks poised for a starlit party or a quiet family movie night, exactly as you wish. On Opari, days take on a natural rhythm. Morning laps in the pool, a gym session with a trainer on the foredeck, then a long lunch under shade as the islands scroll by. By afternoon, the beach club becomes a sanctuary. Massage, a steam, a plunge, and then the sea itself. Come evening, the upper deck glows. A pianist fills the air as the chef culls flavors from Naxos lamb, Santorini tomatoes, and Lesvos olive oils. And when you're ready to explore beyond the Cyclades, she has the range and comfort to carry you east to the Dodecanese, Patmos, Simai, and Rhodes for a more Byzantine rhythm, or west to the Ionian for cypress-lined bays and Venetian echoes. For the rarest weeks and the most thoughtful touches, Elite Rentals is the key that opens Opari's doors. Between these 5 yachts lies a spectrum of Greek experience. For nimble hops and sun-drenched decks, Pathos sets the tone. For a stylish, versatile platform with toys and contemporary flair, Barents Sea excels. For classic Mediterranean comfort with the range to embrace both Aegean and Ionian, Alexandra is a timeless choice. For an elemental connection to wind and water, Maltese Falcon is peerless. And for the fullest expression of privacy, service, and space in Greece, Opari sits at the summit. Whichever you choose, a Greek charter is as much about timing and local knowledge as it is about length and tonnage. Arrive early to Delos before the heat. Seek the lee of islands when the wind rises. Let your captain move dinner from stern to sky lounge when the breeze turns playful. Ask for a sunrise tender to an empty cove. Anchor off uninhabited Polyaigos for water that feels unreal. And when the night turns velvet black, ask the crew to dim the lights and watch the Milky Way stretch across the rigging or the radar arch. Moments like these, quiet, rare, unforgettable, are why we go to sea. If you're torn between routes, Elite Rentals curates bespoke charters for every destination, from Athens round trips to one-way odysseys through the Cyclades or the Ionian chain. We match yachts to your pace, your tastes, and your calendar. And if your plans include friends meeting you mid-journey, we'll orchestrate the logistics, from helicopter touchdowns to private customs clearances at island airports, so the only thing you notice is how smooth it all feels. Your yacht is the constant, the islands are chapters. So those are the top 5 yachts to charter in Greece right now. Authentic, crude, and ready for a summer that feels written just for you. If you're ready to plan, visit Elite Rentals today. We'll secure the dates, design the route, and pair you with a crew that makes this blue and white dream your most effortless holiday yet.